Hi everyone, it's Kimmy here. I'm back again. Thanks for joining me. My next two projects are very different. They're a very different style, and and I've used some very different colours and techniques. I joined a swap on Scrappers Obsessions, and Scrappers Obsessions is a Australian New Zealand sort of a swap site where we all get together and just swap and chat and share ideas. So I joined their secret Santa swap, and my allocated person really loves grunge, and she likes dark colours and metallics. So I really stepped out of my box, so to speak, to create this. I was inspired, and I've watched heaps of Miranda, Miss Liberty 25, and Lovely Scrapping. I'll leave links to their YouTube channels down below. And I've picked up a few of their ideas and incorporated it in this box. This box is just a hardcover book that I picked up from my local St Vincent de Paul store, and converted it to a box, and I've taken some still photos, which I'll insert now to show you how I did that. Okay, so now to get to show you everything and describe some of the techniques that I've used. So I've watched a lot of Rachel 0113, or I'm not sure exactly how Rachel's, it's Rach, I think Rach 0113. I'll leave a link below in the description box to her channel as well. She has some great tutorials on how to do the metal foils and acrylic paints and stuff, and also got some great inspiration from Tamara. She's Miss Inky Fingers here on YouTube, and she's a new Australian scrapper. So hi Tamara. I was totally inspired by her masculine mini, and I'll leave a link to her movie for you to all check out as well. So as you can tell, I've used Graphic 45 Steampunk papers, and I just love those papers. I especially love the teal colours that are in them. And I've done lots of layering and lots of inking and lots of spraying with, oops, sorry guys, I've used the Perfect Pearls Blue Patina. Lots of spraying with that. As you can see on the bottom of the box where it actually shows through, I've sprayed the bottom of the box. The hardcover book was black, so I didn't have to do a lot of prepping to that, just the corrugated cardboard size that I put on. So, okay, let me see if I can get to this. I've used some foil tape here in the corner, and underneath that is the mesh tape, and I've just dropped a few drops of the Espresso Ranger alcohol ink on top of there, and then I've layered on top of that, I've layered up some of the chipboard cogs from Maya Road, and I did a mix of wet embossing powders and just I used a metallic silver, a metallic bronze, a gold, a copper, flat black, and Ute, and just mixed them all together, and then dabbed my chipboard pieces in it. So all the flowers are just paper mulberry flowers that I've been able to source down here in Australia. I have a black stick pin. Sorry guys, it's sort of the middle of the day and the lighting is not the best. Maybe if I sort of turn a little bit this way, it might help. So, and I fussy cut some of the papers out from the collection. Hexagon shapes I cut on my Cricut from just some chipboard, and then I went over those with the Tim Holtz walnut stain to grunge them up a little bit. Behind the flowers you can probably see some of the more of the chipboard cogs with my wet embossing powder mix on top of that. And then it came out a little bit shiny, so I took a nail file to it and filed off some of the gloss and made it come up a little bit grungier again. this flower here started out this colour here, and I just sprayed it with the patina and then dried it with the heat gun. Probably over dried it just a little bit, and some of the edges are just a tad burnt, but it added to the effect. This is a gauze, just a piece of gauze fabric that I've layered up on top of the paper. And the lovely lady here, I fussy cut her from the front of the paper pad because she is glossy. She's just that little bit darker, and she stands out from the paper. Let me see, where else can I go? Over here in this corner, I have done a lot of fussy cutting from the paper collection, some of the tags and the stamps. This 5-cent stamp is actually from on the Boardwalk collection, but I really liked it, so I stuck it in there. I have used a zipper up here, and then underneath I've just used some of the chicken wire, some more mulberry paper flowers, and I used the Tim Holtz cappuccino pearl mist for that flower there. I have just a tiny little mulberry paper flower there, little rose, teeny tiny, I'm not sure if it's showing up. And then underneath that I've added some more of the gauze fabric. All over the box I've used a metallic silver ink, and sort of brushed it on with my fingers on the corners here, on as many of the edges that I could get to give the book a bit more of a, or the box I should say, a bit more of a metallic feel. So here on the front I have some Tim Holtz hardware. This is just some of the Grunge board wings, and I've painted them black and then run the ink, the metallic silver ink over the top of those. On the side here I've just got a heap of Tim Holtz sort of findings there. In the corner I've got Muse token and metal foliage and a paper flower, and then I've exposed the corrugation here, and then I just painted it with some of the black, then rubbed it off a little bit, and then added the metallic silver across the top, so it sort of looks like metal. And then these are press studs that I picked up from my local St Vincent de Paul store as well, and I've had them in my stash for a while, and just I've used them on here. That I thought they went really well with it. Then on the other side here is the other half of the press studs, some more fussy cutting, and a paper rose that I've painted black and then edged it with the silver to give it a bit of a metallic look. So a Tim Holtz nib, and then just some tags from the collection. I tore the edge of the corner here, I'm not sure if you can see, and I inked it with the walnut stain and exposed the chicken wire underneath. So, what else is there? On this side here I've used the extra large Grunge board wings and some of the cut out from the paper, sorry, and I think this is the We Are Memories, the rims or the metal rings, and then I just filled that with crackle accents, and of course it's the Maya Road chipboard cog on there as well. The back or the bottom of the box I've just left plain, sprayed it with lots of the pearl stuff, and these are just those little glass stones, and I dyed them with some alcohol ink and then glossy accented them to the bottom of the box for feet. I've attached some charms to the end of the zipper here, and some more cogs are poking out at different parts of the paper. And then on the inside of the box I just covered it with more from the paper collection and just sort of fussy cut him for the base. And then on the inside of the lid I've used Rachel's technique to make this sort of nameplate for her, and I've inked it, not inked it up, I've actually painted with black acrylic paint and then used some copper ink over the top I'm not sure if you can actually see the copper if it shows up, to give it a nice grungy effect. And there's some more of the mesh tape underneath as well. The letters are from the Tim Holtz Grunge board collection. So some more, another one of the flowers that I used the pearlescent sprays on and then overheated the edges to give it a burnt sort of a look. And some black recollection pearls. Oh, and the tag is cut out from the collection as well. So that is the box. The butterfly, I'm not sure if I showed you the butterfly. Hopefully I haven't. But the butterfly is an earring that I picked up from my thrift store here in town. And it's sort of like holographic, and I thought it just went really, really well with the paper, with the box. So while I was sort of, I don't know how you say, on a roll perhaps with the box and the whole grunge thing, I did my very first altered canvas. So this is just a little 6x6 canvas that I picked up from my local art store, and I painted it all black with the black acrylic paint, and I've used some of the leftover papers from the box, and I've actually used this one here, and I kind of sprayed it with the pearl, with the glimmer mist to give it a kind of a grungy look, and you can nearly see the shine and the shimmer on it there. This is just the stamp from Tim Holtz, and some corrugated cardboard that I painted black, then I ran a silver ink pad over the top of it and a copper one as well to make it kind of look metallic. I was sort of trying to get like the corrugated iron effect, and a piece of the grunge hinges, and I inked it up with the copper ink pad, and then I went over it with copper embossing powder, and some of it stuck and some of it didn't, but it just I think it just added to it. This is one of the metal foliage from Tim Holtz. A little bit of grungy lace underneath there, just to add a bit of softness to it. Some more of the flowers, more of the foil technique, and some more of the cogs that I had. A lot of what's on here is sort of just what was left over from the box that I didn't use. Some metal corners up here, and more flowers, some cogs, the metal cogs from Tim Holtz, gears and cogs. And then along the edges, if it'll show it up, I'm not quite sure, but I've used some more of the embossing powders just to give it a bit of texture, because it's sort of raised and lumpy, and a bit of a metallic look as well. So that goes down the side here, and then I have it running along the bottom as well, the bottom of the frame. If I can get it in the right light. Oh, there we go. So it's there as well. And I've left some of the fibres sort of exposed from the mesh tape underneath, just to add. I'm hoping it adds to the whole texture of the canvas. I've used a garment charm pin. I think that's what they're called, isn't it? A garment charm pin, and hung some charms, just some beads, and some of these little acrylic things from Tim Holtz, and I put a piece of a cutout from the paper on the back of there. A muse token that says Artful, and one of the little cutouts from the 8x8 paper pad. Some more paper flowers, and then I've used the Tim Holtz dress form die and the birdcage die, and some more of his grunge board wings, and a metal corner to sort of form the waistline of the dress for the dress form. And I've run over, I embossed the cage with the textured, I think it's texture, is it textured embossing folder, and then run the metal ink pad over the top of it just to sort of give it a bit of a metallic look. And then this is just some, I don't know, mesh bling that I ran across here. This here is some copper wire that kind of looks beaded. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not sure if the camera and the lighting is going to allow that to pick up, but yeah, I've used that running from some of those picture hangers here here, and then one is under here, under the flower as well, and just running from side to side. And that's what I've tucked this tag under. Of course, it's not going to go under now, is it? But anyway, it goes in under there, upside down. Yeah, there we go. So that tucks in under there. So I've used a black chain, just a black chain that I have in my stash, and I crocheted a trim and then wove the chain in and out. But I don't know if that's going to actually show up that you can see that so well. So it is just a basic, really basic trim. And that's for her to hang. So that goes with her box. And then my last one I have to share with you guys is I also signed up for their calendar page swap, and I got November and December. So it's just a little 4x4 chipboard covered with the calendar pages. So these are Casey Crafts Waterberry papers, I think they're called. And this is the month of November. So I've used some Recollections bling and a molded paper flower, a little bit of ribbon and lace, and I cut the trims out with the Cricut, the mat, and this part here. And then on the other side is December, and I've used the Kaiser Craft paper, Christmas paper from a couple of years back, and made a rosette, paper rosette there, and just added a little charm to their page that they can take off afterwards and use in their stash. So, and twine, I've used some twine here, and a little tag. I'm not quite sure what the name of the collections were, but I'll look them up and I'll put them in the description down below for you. So there is, that's my creations. I've been madly creating for the last couple of weeks. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.